Hey everyone, this is Lisa, your crafting health coach, and I'm going to walk you through making a simple, quick note card today. Excuse me. Oh, the cough's a good reminder. So let's start off by taking some sips of water and making sure you're staying hydrated through our project. So this is, I'll have to put the notes and drew blank on what it's called, but it's a designer series paper from Stampin' Up. And I'm terrible at keeping the names. But we're going to use this. This is 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to put it on this 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 that I'm going to score at 4 1/4. Okay, so 4 1/4. Not to use the cutting blade. We're just going to score it, take it a couple times. And so now that's ready to go. Okay, so we'll set that aside for right now. Now I have this Night of Navy ink, and we're going to make this sort of a vignette. Okay, and so that's just where the darker edges come in. And I'm going to, here, let's see, ink up my brush. We'll just come in. I like to start off at the edges so that I have a little more control than starting right on the paper. And that's definitely a personal choice. See, I've made it a little, I'm going to go all the way through. I'm going to come off this edge. I see that I have a little smidgen of paper here, and that is because my blade is getting weak's the only word I can come with, dull. And I can use, let's see, I have this little like emery board kind of thing, and I can use that to get rid of those edges. And you'll just gently rub it along. Okay, and because this is a bright paper, I'm just going to gently take this over the whole look a little. Take it on my edges more, and I'm just bringing down the brightness just a little bit on this. This is going to be super, super simple. Okay, so just a little vignette. Now I'm going to use a very old stamp from my stash, and I can put a link in the comments that there is a newer one that has the same feel that you can use, but we're talking old school, and that's fine because we want to use our crafty stash, right? So just have a little block with me right now. I'm going to put it diagonally for what I want because I'm not going to put the whole thing on, and I'm going to use the same Night of Navy. Like I said, it's a very simple card. It's just you send a little sentiment to someone. And sorry, I'm off the screen. I'm just stamping it up. I'm inking it up. Okay. So very simple. Then just decide on my placement a little bit. I think right there. And so isn't that a nice touch? And I think we'll come over on the ends a little. Now, once you've stamped off the ink, it makes a nice shadowy stamp as well. So you could come in and do another lighter, see, like, because I barely have the ink on there, to just add it in a little. So it's just a little bit left from the ink that was on there, and then I think I'm going to add a little bit, sorry, just inking it up, just on this side. Simple. If I wanted to, I could add it on the tops, but I have a nice designer series paper to work with as well. So the next step is to put up my sticky mats, and let's see. So I have this great series that I just got for $5 as the special of the month. It's called Fabulous Things, and they really are. This is a good solid set to have. So we're going to use the You're on My Mind stamp, And now this part, we'll see how it goes. I find that even though this is the best white I have used, I find that white can be tricky. And just a tip is that if you, instead of just using Versamark and using white embossing powder, if you start with white and use white embossing powder, you can take care of some of those gaps that happen with the embossing powder. Okay, so I'm just going to, and I have, this is a scrap sheet of paper I had, I think it's Night of Navy. So that looks pretty inked to me. I'm going to come, it's a scrap piece I had, because I'm going to fussy cut this out. Okay. So that's not bad. If I wanted to, I could take the white embossing powder, and I think in this case I'm not. Like I said, we're just doing a simple, quick note card. If I just needed to come into my craft room and do something quickly, what would I do? I could quickly ink up a piece of paper and then stamp, cut, and go. So we're just going to fussy cut this. I don't have dies that match it. Now it's your choice. I'm doing a fussy cut that kind of mimics the shape a little bit. You could do it as a rectangle, square, any other shape that you wanted. I like to cut off the excess. It just gives me a little control. It doesn't get in my way when I'm doing fussy cutting. And I find turning the paper always helps. Years ago, I used to do something called Scherenschnitte, which is a German paper cutting. It was a lot of fun. Not everyone enjoys fussy cutting, and that is fine. Okay, health coach moment. When we're finished, because this is a short card, we're not going to take an exercise break. I want you to do something physical. Go up and down your stairs, walk to the end of the driveway and back, do some squats, something like that. Okay. Now I'm going to pop that up, and if I can find, here's some, just to give a little extra. And let's see. So I have these dimensionals that I'm using. I really like them a lot. I've had a wide variety over the years. I'm not going to stick it yet because I have to think about where I want it. One thing I'm going to do with this is, because I did the little vignette feel on the other, I'm just going to come in and do a little on the edges for this as well. It's a little heavy-handed in spots. Don't worry about it. Another way you can do it is if you have these Stampin' spots. They're really a good size to come in, and I don't know, like in the beginning this was kind of more of a thing to come in and do this, and I think people do it less now, but it's good to go back to those old school ways, especially on the ends. You're letting it kind of flick against it. Okay, it just adds a little. Okay. Now, the question is, so I'm going to put it on this paper. If I wanted to stay really simple, I could just do that. Like I said, it has the background, and I think I will, because we'll stick with that. I'm going to add some embellishments, because embellishments, right? So I think I'll go ahead and stick this to my paper, and then, I'm not. I'm going to finish it first. Okay. So flick off my little papers. How many of you have those all over your house? I do. They stick to my feet and everywhere, but they work really, really well. So decide where I want it. I think there. Okay. And I have a tackle box that I keep my embellishments in. When I get them, I cut them up into pieces and stick them in here. And I think, so I have a few of these left. This is the last of what I have, but they're little flowers. I could do that. And then while they're on the paper, it gives me a chance to kind of look and decide. But I think I'm not. I think I'll have these. Pearls are always good. Or I think this silver is nice. How about that? Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of embellishment just because it adds a little Okay, 3. If I do them, and this is me, I like odd numbers for this, which is really funny because I can be a super symmetrical person, but I'm learning not to be. So I have 3. So if I put one more, I have to think, do I want 4 or more? And I think I am going to. So, right, because then I'm either going to have 4 or 5. I'm going to stick a medium-sized one up here. We're going to call that done. Okay, and now I'll add some tear and tape. I have a, glue strip thing, but I'm out of it right now, runner. So this works just as well. Okay, so we're just gonna, oops, put that down. So how are you going to be active today? What are you going to do? I am going to do yoga. I keep saying that I do, and I haven't done it. I don't love it. I know some of you do, but my body loves it lots and lots more than I do. So I have to do it because my body likes it. And that's okay, right? So I'm going to take my bone folder and just run over these a little bit. Those embellishments are there. It's no big deal. Before I get it to release. And then I'm just going to use my little picker to pop up the, ta-da. Okay. I'm going to do yoga after this, and I'm going to work on the mindfulness part and say, look how good this is for me. My body loves this. My body loves this. And hopefully that'll make me love it more. Honestly, I just get a little bit bored, but I'm working on it. Okay, so I say this in every video, but personally, I have to stand when I do this part, or I'm never going to get it straight. So just going to lean over and put that on for a weight. And even then, I don't always get it straight. Okay, now I could have popped that up. I could have put a white border around it. There are a lot of things I could have done, but we're saying that we want to come in and make a card. So we've made a little vignette on colorful paper, added a dark image, a sentiment, a few embellishments, and then pretty much we are done with this card. One thing I forgot to bring over, and I will do separately, is add white paper here so that the person writing the card has a space. Well, that would be me. So I'm writing the card because I'm sending it out. So that I can write on it. Or in my case, since it's for me, I might just use a white pen. I don't assume that people have a white pen, so I do often add the white space in there. And then I will probably put a little decorative thing. Think that I will come back and use this just in the corner of my white paper for my sentiment that I'm going to use. So there we go. A nice simple card that you can do quickly and easily. So this whole video has been 13 minutes, but I have been chatting, and you could do this in less than 13 minutes easily. So I hope that's helpful and you enjoy making a card, and I'll see you next time.